With the increase in demand for music in each room, multi-room solutions have become a necessity and big brands have heavily invested in all these solutions. And today what we are going to look for is we are going to talk about all these various brands that are there, what all different products are there in these particular brands, what are the price segments that they lie into, and what sort of service support, what sort of user interface requirements are there for these particular brands so that you can take better decisions when it comes to multi-room solutions. Hello everyone, I am Tanmay Mehta, your home technology consultant at Touchwood Automations, and today I'll be guiding you with various multi-room options right from pocket-friendly devices to premium solutions. But before I do that, I need you to subscribe to our channel right here, right now, and I'm going to wait till you do that because your subscription encourages us in our mission to add value in your life so that you are prepared to make better decisions when it comes to buying anything in an home technology space. So I'm waiting for you guys to help click the subscribe button. Now thanks for that. As discussed in our last video, what is multi-room audio? Well, there are three types of multi-room systems that are there when it comes to a hybrid solution of a wired as well as wireless combination. So the first type that we had discussed was amplifier with speakers. The second one was soundbars, and the third one was standard plug and play speakers. So these were the three options that we discussed in our last video, and we are just going to elaborate more and understand that what all brands have those particular products in their product portfolio so that it helps you purchase that right system. Now let us start with the plug and play speaker because that is the most easiest and the pocket friendly multi-room solution that you can ever have. Now few of the common brands that we know, or you must have been knowing as well, is Amazon Echo, or if you know Apple Home, or if you know Google Home. So these are certain devices which actually does a job of multi-room solutions, and I'm sure that very few of you would be aware of how to use actually these particular products as a multi-room speaker. Well, in all their apps you have these particular things. Now you can talk to people also in other rooms through this Amazon Echo or Google Play Home, so it also does a job as an intercom, a voice intercom solution in your house. And if you already knew it, share if you have used it in the comments below. For those of you who didn't know that Amazon Echo or Google Home does that job, make sure to type in no in the comments that I didn't know it. So it will also help us understand that what sort of people are aware of all these particular technologies. Now the beauty of all these multi-room solutions or systems is that you can keep adding them over a period of time. Like let's say if you buy a Amazon Echo Dot today, and then later on after a couple of months you decide to buy another speaker of the same Amazon series in your other room. It can be the Amazon Show product, it can be the Amazon Echo only. So these kind of products you can keep adding to your in your house over a period of time, and you still don't need any wiring. All you need is just a plug and play, that is just a switch. But to ensure that you have a good Wi-Fi coverage in your house, you need to plan your Wi-Fi system so that all these systems or all these devices can come onto that particular network properly in each room, and you are able to enjoy a free, nice, reliable streaming services as well as voice assistant devices in these particular areas. Can they really do a justice to your requirements? Because what are we looking at is a very small speaker, which the primary job of this is as a voice assistant device and not really as a multi-room speaker. So the audio quality may not be great. It may not solve your purpose of getting your sound out from your TV. It may not help you with your home theater system requirements, and that is where the need arises to go for a better and a better system and not just buy an Amazon Echo or a Google Home. Now obviously if you are planning to buy an Apple HomePod, now that I can understand is a very serious audiophile speaker, but again that's just an individual speaker packaged into a stereo combination, but it's not going to eventually help you in your as I said, soundbar requirements or your home cinema requirements or ceiling speaker, garden speaker. So you can't really take them everywhere, and that is where these kind of drawbacks have to be addressed with the other solutions that we are going to talk about today. Now one of the oldest brands that is based in smart speakers and multi-room systems that we all must have heard of is Sonos. So as you can see, this particular Sonos is a California based company, started in the year 2002, and they have been successful in delivering multi-room solutions all this while because they started tying up or partnering with very successful music streaming services. So Spotify, Pandora, Tidal, then even Apple Music, for instance, these were the only people who actually had got official licenses, or they had partnerships with all this particular company, and that was one of the major triggering point for Sonos to become a very hit product. And today it's a Nasdaq listed company, so its presence is very large in this particular market share. They have been one of the most dominant companies in the multi-room segment, and today they have their speaker ranging from 30,000 rupees to, for a single speaker like this as a 30,000 speaker, to a soundbar which is of around 60,000 Indian rupees. So they have got a wide range of portfolio. Only one of the biggest drawback that Sonos has today is that they don't have their own AVR segment, that is the home theater amplifier segment, and that is where people have to buy a third party amplifier or an AVR and then connect it with the Sonos Connect system or a Sonos Link system, so that they get it onto the Sonos family. Now if you want to look at the Sonos feature, well, Sonos user interface is not that great. It's very I would say outdated. It's not very updated towards the current technology as well as user interface scenario. They have got various rooms in them, but you can't really customize the rooms as per their names or as per their photos. For instance, names you can add though, but photos and all you really can't do much. You can obviously schedule alarm, you can play all the songs in all the rooms, the zoning option is there, but there are kind of lag in their particular user interface. So we don't really recommend Sonos much to people. Also in India there's a big question as to who is really the importer or the distributor of Sonos. So for that reason, Sonos is a worldwide popular brand, but obviously there are many more other solutions that are now being very competitive in this particular segment. Now the next brand that we are going to talk about is the Yamaha brand. So Yamaha was another company which was next in the line after Sonos, which got into the multi-room systems. Not many of you would know that Yamaha was actually also a router based or a networking company, and they used this same technology of routers and got it into this particular Yamaha speakers, and they called it as a music cast technology. So what does music cast mean? Well, basically it means that you can cast music in each room separately, you can cast music in all the rooms also together, and they have got this particular technology incorporated in all of their product segment. So if you have to look at their product segment, right from their AVRs, their sound bars, their standalone speakers, then they have Musicast amps, which are like 2-channel amps. Then they have Musicast wireless streamer, which you can again connect to any third party existing amplification system. So these kind of product portfolio that they have makes them easily available for all your house, and then you don't really need to rely on any other brand. Also, the other benefit of Yamaha Musicast is that compared to the price of all the other brands that we are going to talk about today, including the ones that we discuss about Sonos, Musicast is very competitive in terms of prices, because their entry level speaker starts from as good as 20,000 rupees, and which are their plug and play speakers. The soundbars would start from around 40,000-45,000 rupees, and the AVR segment starts from around 50,000-55,000 Indian rupees. So if at all you are planning a good multi-room solution for your entire house, Musicast is one brand which you can really consider in doing all this job for you. Now, Musicast, as I said, was launched right after Sonos, so that is, they launched in the year 2003, but they have been very popular post 2015, because that is where the demand for multi-room systems started really happening, and since then they have been really getting a larger share in the market for that particular reason. They have their YSP series for soundbars, they have their RXV series or the Avantage series for their AVRs, and these all series are compatible with Musicast. So the basic advantage that you go for Musicast solution is A, the price, and the second feature is obviously the entire product portfolio. Now coming back to their user interface, well, the Yamaha app is so friendly that you really feel like being a part of that particular entire user interface, because you can customize pictures into it, you can customize the room names into it, The linking option is also very friendly, and it does not take longer hours to basically join two rooms or join the entire rooms on one particular music segment. So for the app, it's really a very wonderful app. The only problem at times is, you know, the constant firmware upgrades, but that I guess you will have to deal with most of these particular brands, and that is something which we can't get rid of. It's like your mobile OS, which constantly requires upgrades as well. So this particular devices also have the same upgrades, but in terms of all these other advantages like prices, product portfolio, and the user interface, Yamaha is a big win in this particular music cast, or in this particular multi-room segment. Now, when we speak about Yamaha, Denon and Marantz do not, you know, they are supposed to be part of the conversation too. And this time, they are here with a very high powered, or you know, a big proprietary HEOS system. Now, HEOS system was launched in the year 2017, so which makes them that they really joined the race very late. But when they came in with, you know, full artillery and ammunition. So that's why they launched their plug and play speakers, soundbars, and the AVR segment as well. So they came in with all the systems, and their systems were also equally powered. They were also great in terms of delivery of the sound. So HEOS has a very signature Marantz Denon, you know, combination, because as we all know, Marantz and Denon have been partners in this particular HEOS network. So the beauty is, let's say for your home cinema rooms, you at times can go for Marantz AVR, and for the other areas of your house you can still buy Denon HEOS, and they can still be a part of the same network. That is where the problem lies with the other solutions. Like for instance, when we discuss about Yamaha, for your home cinema requirement, if you feel that Yamaha is not going to give enough power, then you have to buy a Marantz or a Denon, but you can't then get that particular product into a music cast. Now in terms of price, they are probably a little 10 to 15% over the price of music cast in India, but with the solutions that they carry, I'm sure that they are still a better bet to some extent. But when it comes to their user interface, that is where I feel that HEOS or the Denon HEOS system really needs a major change in their particular app interface, because that is very cumbersome app when it comes to joining two rooms and then getting the room out again from that particular link network. Because tapping the room, dragging it all along to the next room, adding it over there, at times does not really happen very you know, seamlessly, and that is where the app, I feel the user interface is still struggling to match the customer's requirements. But for the other benefits that if you're looking for, they have got all the AirPlay 2 support like the other brands. They have got the price segment, which is again very competitive, and their product portfolio is vast. So that makes HEOS a system which is worth that you can consider for your multi-room requirement. Now before I share my last multi-room brand, I want to ask all of you, does the user interface really matter to you? If yes, drop in your answers. If no, still drop in your answers, because we would want to know your feedback on whether, you know, user interface really matters. Now talking about user interface, one of the most successful brands which cracked this code is Bluesound. Now this is a brand of a Lenbrook group, and the electronics consists of all NAD technology, and with this particular combination, Bluesound does not come cheap. It's a very premium multi-room solution, but it's worth the penny that you would spend only and only because of its user interface. Now they don't have a vast product portfolio like the Denon, HEOS or a music cast technology. They have got a limited product portfolio. They have got their 2-3 small speakers which starts from around 40,000-45,000. Then they have got soundbars which are around, there's only one soundbar basically, Pulse soundbar, that is around ₹1,00,000. Then they have Node, which is a wireless streamer, so you can connect it to any existing third-party amplification. Then they have got a Volt 2i. Now Volt 2i is their masterstroke in this particular Bluesound technology, because it has got a CD Reaper and a 2TB internal storage drive, which is a network storage drive. So the benefit of this is, let's say if you have got a great collection of music, or you have got lots of stacks of music CDs, all you have to do is just rip them one after the other in this particular Volt 2i, and it automatically stores this data. If it's connected to the network, your internet, it automatically starts pulling out the album art, you know, the composer details and everything, and then you can segregate the music just the way you do it in your Apple Music or any other music sources. So what happens is the interface on the iPad or on your phones is so much interactive because you can actually see the image of that song, you can see the genres, if you can select song based upon the album, composer and everything. So these are certain advantages which Bluesound has. So I don't think any of their installs will go hit without Volt 2i. So Volt 2i is like a must-have product. It has a wireless streamer, so it does a job like a Note 2i, but it also has got this additional features of internal storage and everything. The other product that they have is Power Node, which is like an amplifier with a 2-channel amplifier with Bluesound, BlueOS technology. And the last but not the least, they have the AVRs, that is the NAD AVRs. So you can just add a BlueOS card to any of the NAD AVRs and they can do a job of giving great sound to your home cinema segment as well. Now, as I said, the price is not very cheap. So if you are willing to spend really great amount of money for a very nice user interface and a very seamless product, then compared to Musicast and Denon, this particular BlueOS is a technology which you can surely consider. Another feature which Bluesound has, which makes the UI again very interactive, is that you can actually carry music along with you in various rooms. Now, one of the drawbacks in all the other systems that we discussed is that, let's say if I am going from a living room to my bedroom and I'm playing something on my living room, then what I have to do is I have to first group the bedroom into my living room, then go into my bedroom and then again remove my living room from it back. So what happens is this particular 2-3 times job is being done by the BlueOS system or by their app by just one button, which is the arrow button. So you press that, and let's say if I'm going from living room, I just press that arrow and then I can take that music to my bedroom. So the linking really does not happen, and that music transition is so amazing and it's so helpful when you have to actually consider about investing money in any multi-room solutions. So if at all these benefits attract you and this is what you're looking for, then Bluesound, I guess, hands down is one of the winners in this multi-room segment. Now, some of the other brands which are still struggling because of their product portfolio or because of their less marketing reach is ELAC, which is also there in the multi-room solutions. Then there is Definitive Technology, which is DefTech. Then there is Paradigm, which uses Play 5. Now, all these brands are there, but they are yet to prove themselves in this particular multi-room segment only because of their limited product range. Now, one of the biggest wins, if you see, is that the brands which are actually manufacturing the AVRs are the brands which are actually making the money in this multi-room segment. The brands which are doing only loudspeaker business, for them it's really getting hard, and ELAC, Paradigm, DefTech, these are certain brands which are more into the loudspeaker segment. They are making efforts in getting into multi-room systems, and the time will tell us whether they'll survive in this particular area. But as of now, if you are planning to invest in any of the multi-room solutions, then I think HEOS, Musicast, Sonos, Bluesound are more than enough options that you can evaluate for your house. Now, coming back to the service support, I think all these brands provide a very great service support. With Denon and Yamaha, you have having service centers across most of the cities in India. They can be a safer bet in terms of after sale service, but Bluesound, because of their premium products, I don't see much of failures over there, and that's why the service part in BlueOS is also not much required. Sonos can be a debatable question because, as I said, Sonos does not have a reliable source in India or an official authority who is willing to take care of all their products, and that is where I generally tend to avoid Sonos in all my solution designs. But certain products from Sonos are obviously good, like Sonos Beam is another new product which is fantastic. Now, one of the best hits in this particular multi-room segment is that they have been able to crack a code for home theater segment as well. Like, for instance, you can add a soundbar in the front of this particular multi-room solution. You can add the small plug and play speakers in your rear. So what happens is they actually create a 5.1 combination with a woofer as well. So that's another benefit of going for a multi-room solution wherein you want a wireless home cinema system but with a great sound and not just the bars that we have discussed in our videos earlier. So these are also some other options that you can consider. Now, if this particular video has provided you with better clarity and more knowledge in selecting these multi-room systems, then hit the like button right now and share your feedback in the comments below. Also, like always, I will be sharing a link to connect with my team in the comments so that I can answer your queries and help you to make better decisions. Thank you once again, and your home technology consultant Tanmay Mehta will see you in your next video. Thank you.